I got a question. Someone was calling my attention. This might
Mhm.
tangent you completely. Uh, Arya, I'm going to assume. What can we do to get what we best hope from those that will help us?
Mm.
Chewie? Philosophical way to end the night.
It is a philosophical look. This is something I think about a lot, and it sort of echoes some questions that we asked. There was a some questions directed towards Chloe last year about how do we deal with everything that's going on, and I'm going to paraphrase Chloe here. Um, do what you can. You can't solve all of these problems. Okay. This is also something I discuss with my partner a lot because she lives with the political tragic, and a lot of the news that we talk about is bad. A lot of these things seem insurmountable. You do what you can. And that might mean making something better in your immediate environment. It could be as small as in your own home. It could be as small as in your own community. Make something better happen. Support your local school. Um, Work in a community garden. If you're politically active, join a political party. Um, do something to move the needle. Make it feel like you're making something better yourself, because that's what you can affect. Um, it could be being politically active and making submissions, writing letters to your council, getting projects moving. It could be having a podcast where you get all of your angry feelings out 5 nights a week. 9 o'clock on YouTube. Tell your friends. Um, it's those things. If you just sit there and you look at the enormity of everything, I can't save the war in Ukraine or people in Gaza, but I can support the people, the Palestinians here in Dunedin where I can. I can go to protests here. I can go and yell at Simeon Brown tomorrow. That's going to be very helpful for my mood. You
Or
know,
Shane Jones and Waihi.
it's things that you control, the things that are in your control. And I think the other part of that is when it all becomes too much, it is okay to step back. I think there's a lot of people out there that burn themselves out. You can't solve everything. You can't carry all that weight all the time. And you are useless to people if you burn yourself out. So if you need to take a step back and play with your dog, do something that calms you, that is fine. It is all work to keep you moving in the same direction and keep us all moving in a positive direction. I think in my own sphere, what is happening with Māori and Pākehā people that support Māori, it fills my cup up
Hmm.
because it is such a strong movement. I cannot wait to see what comes out of um, Waitangi. I think there is going to be some ugliness and some anger, but I think overall we're going to see what we saw with the parliamentary hikoi, that it is going to be overwhelmingly supportive, empowering show of unity. So you look for that sort of stuff. That's my philosophical thoughts on the whole thing. I hope that's at least tangentially answering your question.
I think so. I think yes, yes, yes. They did say yes. There was something you said there about going and doing something for yourself, like petting your dog. Mine is always, I'm going to go touch grass, and I try to actually at least
Mhm.
look at grass through a window at the very least. Um, but also I was thinking, oh man, just like sitting there and coloring in. I did that the other day. I was exhausted, and someone just happened, some coloring in pages, grab some pencils, coloring in. It was just the most therapeutic thing I could do in that very moment. But there is something called uh, not relaxation guilt, but basically feeling guilty for having fun, enjoying yourself in this kind of shitty world that we
Yep.
live in, or feeling bad that you're taking time for yourself instead of being an activist and going out there. That's also important, and I don't feel guilty about that. It's important to also be human. And like you say, you can't do everything all the time, and it's
Well,
yeah.
An extreme example, right? Soldiers in a war don't stay on the front line the whole time. You know, they actually spend more time off the line than the front line, because they're useless if you just grind them down. You know, so it's exactly the same thing. There's nothing wrong with it. You have to maintain your tools, and if your tool is up here or here, you've got to look after it.